many of my friends ask this question, and this is a very common question which is asked in every seminar, in every session, whether I meet teachers, whether I meet corporates, whomsoever I meet, people ask this, that why is career so important? Why can't we have a balanced life? Why should we think that making a career is the ultimate thing? Then I have an answer to this. Let us suppose you went to a birthday party when you were a kid. What was the most frequent question which was asked? The question which was asked was, what do you do? No, this was not the question. The question was, what's your name? Who are you? What's your introduction? And what was the answer? The answer was, I am Vaibhav, I am the son of so and so. This was the answer. But when you grew up, people started asking, what do you do? The question changed from who are you to what do you do? And there lies the essence of life. It becomes very important for all of us as adults that we have this good answer so that we can be confident, so we can say to ourselves that yes, we are successful in our professional life, and then personal and professional lives are interlinked. You should not have a terrible personal life, for sure. You should have friends, you should spend time with your family, these things should happen. But then at the end of the day, for all this, you need money and success. So for all youngsters, it is very important that you all become successful. Now the first problem which comes in the way of you and success is you want everything to be easygoing. You tell me, and people ask me this question, tell me about few career options which are easy to build. Now the answer is, even if you want to be the most richest person on earth, or even if you wish to be a very normal person, the path is same. It only depends whether how many hours you will put in, and because of the number of hours you will put in, you will become very rich or very poor. So at times many aspirants of IAS examinations would say, it is very difficult, that's why I should leave the practice midway, I should not give the exam. You should not leave it because the exam is difficult. You should leave it because probably you knew that you are not made for it. Similarly, there are many medical students who say that they are studying for 12 hours, they are practicing for 15 hours, and then they go to a medical college. But then, if you really wish to be a doctor, if you wish to save lives, then you will have to give up these number of hours, you will have to give in these number of hours. So life should not be very easygoing. We should not be very proud of ourselves that we work for less hours, that's why we are very successful. That will never be the case. So if you wish to be successful, you have to be somebody who's always there, who's always at it. So these are few attributes which are needed. Now another thing which is very important is building that bridge of logic. Now what is a bridge? A bridge is some part of a channel which helps you in crossing a river. Now the bridge of logic says that when I am choosing a career, I should be somebody who uses his logic. You build a bridge. Okay, I want to be a public speaker. I'll speak in front of my guests. I'll speak in front of many people in a marriage, and then eventually I'll speak in a local public event, and later I'll become a public speaker. If you build your logic in this way, that I'll start from the first step and then I'll move to the final step, things will be easier. But there is another word to it. The word is logic. Now what is this logic? You have built this great bridge that you have to be a public speaker. But where lies the logic? The logic is whether you are meant to be a public speaker or not. Whether you can speak nicely or not, whether you have the necessary vocab, whether you have that necessary skill, whether you love interacting with people or not. If everything is connected, then this bridge of logic will be made and everything will be great. Now also to be successful, it is very important, you should cherish your human relationships. At times I find people, and mostly youngsters, who would say, I'm happy with my games, I'm happy with my mobile, why should I meet guests? The answer is, you should meet everyone because networking is very important. If you do not have this art of networking, if you fail to meet people every day, then definitely life will fail you. Because it is through these connections that you will become great. Akela chana kabhi bhar nahi phorta. This beautiful line in Hindi is true, and it is there in every language. Man is a social animal, it is said in English. It means it is very important that you become social. You talk to more people, you meet them, you try to ask them for their help, you learn from them, because you can learn best from human interactions. Believe me, no book can teach you this, listening to no commentary or no motivational speaker can teach you this, but you have to be genuinely interested in people so that you can understand people better, and when you understand people better and when you learn from people better, then you become a very successful human being. Now another point which I have made for you is that it is very important that you participate. Now why is it important to participate? There are few people who would sit in a board meeting, they'll not speak a single word. My God, the boss was speaking, why should I speak? These are these gentlemen and great women who have never spoken in front of an audience on top of a stage. If you do this mistake, if you do not go to the stage, if you do not make stage your friend or public meetings your friend, then you won't be successful. When you participate, you realize that you can be successful or you can be a failure. You realize what is your skill set. You realize what you are good at and what you are bad at. So it is very important that you participate, you get the necessary data, and then analyze whether you will be able to succeed in something or not. To be successful in something, you must have the necessary data. And from where will this data come? By participation. So whenever you get an opportunity in your field, participate. You wish to be a photographer? Okay, then participate in the local news channels photography contest, and then look for international contests online, and then definitely you will be successful. It is very important that you realize that once you start participating in small events, eventually you become eligible for the bigger ones. This is how life progresses. Yard by yard, life becomes simple. It is actually true. Yard by yard, life does become simple. And then many people would say, I am fearful of something. मुझे ये करने में बहुत डर लगता है. Then for them I have this beautiful line in Hindi, these lines in Hindi. वह पथ क्या पथिक कुशलता क्या, जिस पथ पर बिखरे शूल ना हो. वह नाविक क्या, नाविक की धैर्य कुशलता क्या, जब धाराएं प्रतिकूल ना हो. जब रास्ता टफ होगा तो उसमें चलने में ज्यादा मजा आएगा. You will feel, you will feel that you are the best person to walk this path because the path was tough, and even then you succeeded. Now it is very important that you take these tough challenges and then you accept these challenges with a smile on your face, and you say to the world, I'm going to try it. Even if I fail, I'm going to try it. And if you think you can win, you can surely win. And that's the essence of life. Now another point which decides between failure and success is your language skills. Now language skills are very important. It is said, जानी पड़त है काक पीक ऋतु बसंत के माही. I repeat, जानी पड़त है काक पीक ऋतु बसंत के माही, which means it is in the season of spring that you come to know about a difference between a beautiful singing bird and a crow. This happens why? Because both are singing. What you speak defines you. जो यहाँ है और जो यहाँ है वो सिर्फ यहाँ से बाहर आ सकता है. What's in your heart and what's in your brain comes out through the mouth. So it is very important that as a youngster you become somebody who is full of ideas, and then when he speaks or when you speak, you should speak sense. When you make sense, the word listens to you and the word is ready to collaborate. So you should be somebody who can speak his mind but also who can speak sense. That's equally important. Now we should move ahead, and the another thing which comes at times in the way of success is people do not get their facts correct. They wish to make a career in something, but then they have never read about it. Be well read. Read about different career options. Read about books. Why only career options? If you want to succeed, if you want to get a promotion, if you are a corporate, read how to climb that corporate ladder. If you read more, if you make these great men like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela your everyday friend by reading about their great lines, by indulging in small conversations with them, you will be certainly successful. Because for this success, you do not need any great skill set. You just need to sit down and to read. There are many people who are unable to sit down and they are unable to pick up a book. Now the success and the failure lies in the fact whether you will be able to change this habit or not. It is said, it is statistically proven that it takes around 15 days to change a habit. So from today, start taking up a book for 15 minutes for next 15 days. If this happens, a big part of your life will change, and then success will await you. See, many people would see these videos or talks, they hear these talks, and then they have this thing that, okay, what the speaker says never happens in life. But I'm not talking about some great mantra. I'm talking about a small change. These small changes, when you start speaking with people, when you start meeting people, when you start reading more, you become more successful. When you stop looking for the easier way out, you become more successful. Now, one last thing that I would like to tell you is, because I think the time doesn't permit a longer speech, and then we'll take question and answers also. So a very big question which should come to everyone's mind is that what is the problem with this generation? The problem with this generation is that they do not know that they do not know. This generation feels that they know everything. When you ask any youngster, do you know about it? They would say, yes, I should be a computer engineer. I know how to play PUBG game. But is playing a PUBG game and making a computer software the same thing? No, not at all. Why are we being masters of so many traits? We can be master of one or two traits only. The biggest problem lies in the fact that we are unable to accept accept that there are certain things which we do not know. Let's have the audacity of accepting that, yes sir, I do not know, please tell me. When you ask a man, when you ask any person that please show me how this is done, the person becomes stronger, he feels that, his ego gives him that kick, and he starts teaching you. And what better role can be there than that of a student to become successful in life? Be a lifelong student. If you are a student, you will definitely succeed. I would like to end this first session with this beautiful Sanskrit shloka. Roop yavan sampanna vishal kul sambhava vidyahinna shobhate nirganda ev kinshuka, which means you can belong to a very big family, you can be very beautiful, but if you do not have the necessary skill set, you are like the flower of kinshuk, which doesn't have smell. Who will buy a flower which has no smell? So to be successful, develop your skill sets, be a lifelong learner, and say proudly that I do not know. Once you say that you do not know, the bridges and the gates of learning will open, and once this happens, success will be the only destination. Thank you so much. We are now taking questions. Thank you.